everyone. Welcome to another edition of Friday I'm in Love. Today I am in love with the beautiful Bonnie Burrows, and I'm your host Olivia Dudek. We hung out one day and you took me to, I think your friend was directing an episode of, was it CSI?
CSI. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you took me to the set and we hung out there for the day.
Yeah.
And I think Taylor Swift was the guest star, and it was like her first time acting.
Yeah.
And I got to talk to her, and she was super sweet, and have lunch with the crew. So I was just like, this is awesome.
Oh, cool.
Bonnie.
Oh, well, my pleasure. Gosh,
Yeah.
that was a while ago.
You give me a lot of advice.
Well, you're easy to be around.
So yeah, that was fun, and so thanks for being here today.
Sure.
So we'll start with, where are you from?
I am from Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta originally.
Okay.
I left in 1980,
And then you went to New York.
I moved
right?
to New York.
Okay.
And stayed there for 8.5 years, and yeah, so I'm an honorary Angelino now, but I'm from
Gotcha.
Atlanta.
So you went to New York for school. You went to school there,
For
right?
acting school. Yeah,
Okay.
I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York, and that was fun.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
then you were there for 8 years. What made you move from New York to LA?
I a 3-month contract on One Life to Live,
Wait, was that here?
a soap in New York.
Oh,
It
okay.
was shooting in New York, and that sort of made me think, wow, it's cool, you know, making a living as an actor. Let me go to LA where all the work is.
Yeah.
You know, and
Okay.
that was my idea.
Okay. I was under the impression, maybe it was in both places, I don't know, but it was definitely like LA's the place to go.
More work that pays more.
Okay.
You know, I tended toward the shallow, so I
Gotcha.
did very little theater. I wanted to get paid.
I see. Reasonable enough. What has been the best quintessential LA moment?
If just sort of going on a tangent with that, my favorite work in LA, I think I probably told you when you and I was on stage at the Groundlings in the Sunday
Oh
Company.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So I don't know if that's.
Were you a part of the Groundlings right when you came out here?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I mean, I came out here in '88.
Okay.
How many years before you were born? When were you born?
I can't say.
She was born a long time after that.
No.
But yeah, so several years into my being in LA, I started through the grounding school. And
Okay. Is it like this? Do you think it's the structure that it is now? Because I know some people that are part of the Groundlings. Or
it's this, as far as I know, it's the same structure. It became, I think, way more competitive in years after I left there, or after I was asked to leave. That's sort of the way it goes. You know, you kind of go through the.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was actually way more competitive then, and now it's
No,
just like,
I mean, it was definitely, it had some famous alumni when I was there, and people, sort of had this ambition, this sort of Saturday Night Live, get my own sitcom ambition. Yeah, but it kind of skyrocketed after that.
Okay.
People who were in the main company when I was in the Sunday Company were like Will Ferrell and
Oh, cool.
Will Forte was one of my classmates.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
I
it
see.
just really sort of went crazy after
What
that.
was your worst survival job?
That's a great question.
Too many to pick.
Yeah, you have a lot of crappy ones to pick. Yeah, I was, oh God, that wasn't my work. I had so many jobs. I did model. I nude modeled for a life drawing class once, which is a perfectly legitimate thing to do. Perfectly legitimate, but I was so uncomfortable. I mean, I was so unhappy and so uncomfortable. I wasn't a person who was comfortable
You just did it
doing
once?
that. Yeah, my friend kind of dared me to do
Actually,
it.
I've heard from a lot of people out here who are models and have done that, and they say, yeah, it was a great gig, it pays really well for an hour.
If I was more mature, if I had been more comfortable in my own skin, literally, at that point, I think it would have been, hey, cool, let me do this some more. But I was just like a scared little mouse. You know?
What has been your biggest accomplishment, would you say?
My biggest accomplishment so far is that I have not screwed up my kids. Because I feel like I have two amazing
Yes,
daughters.
I can attest to that. They are amazing. I mean, this is why I want to soak up as much info as I can get, because both of your daughters, they're young. What are their ages?
They're
now?
14 and 16.
Wow, they are older than I remember them.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just so well mannered. I mean, they're not that little, but they're just so sweet and smart and talented and lovable. They're just the perfect daughters.
They're pretty amazing, and I feel like I got a really lucky hand. So I don't feel, they're not my creation, but they are mine to care for, nurture until they take off, and I have done a pretty good job. So that's my biggest accomplishment.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how would you say, what was the difference between before you had kids, focusing on career and making that probably your number one priority, I assume, and then after having kids, how do you, I mean, I'm sure it takes a lot of time, energy, attention, but how do you find that balance, or is it just natural?
Well, my career has never been so big and thriving that it took up that much time.
Sure.
It's been, I mean, my dreams of my career when I was your age were, they were big dreams. And now, sort of on the other side of having children and several decades into, I've been in the Screen Actors Guild for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
So, now sort of surveying my career behind me, which is most of it, and it's unlikely that it's gonna, take off at this point.
I would not say that, Bonnie.
I think statistically unlikely. Let's just, there could be a freak event, but so I came to be grateful for the amount of time I had to parent my children.
Well, what about before having them? Was it something you were scared of to
Having
do?
kids?
Yeah.
I think I had anxiety about what will that do to my career? How will I, and I'll say that a benefit to my work, or a benefit to finding work, going back to that theme. Boy, talk about giving you perspective. It took so much pressure out.
Anxiety. Everyone has anxiety.
Exactly.
But that doesn't really compare to.
No. So it took a lot of anxiety for me. It took a lot of anxiety away. It was like, let me like throw on a shirt that doesn't have nipple stains, run to my audition, and then come back home and do what I really want to do right now.
I hear ya.
So I think I think my work improved. I think my auditioning improved, and I think my work improved, and I don't have as many opportunities now as I used to, but I think that I'm better, and I think my parenthood contributed to my being a better actor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Do you have any biggest regrets? And I know that's kind of an ugly word.
No. It's a great question. Again, that's also something that I don't cultivate. Because I think also, again, part of philosophy now, or that evolving way of living or thinking or being, is to bring acceptance. Sometimes I wish I'd gone to college. I still could.
So you didn't. So it was
I didn't go to college. It was like trade school.
Yeah, me too. But for dance. So,
yeah. So I would call that a minor, and not even a regret. Just like,
Let's see. If someone were to write a biography about your life, what do you think the title would be?
Let's see. How about
let's
see something to the gist of you're so sweet. You're partial to me.
No.
I would say the long blessed life of a quiet, nameless woman.
What would you like to tell to your 15-year-old self?
Oh, I would say, yeah. Oh gosh, it's funny. That's making me emotional. It goes back to something we were discussing earlier. I would just say, be your kind self and be your conscientious, hardworking self. I was pathologically well behaved, so I would say, take more chances, be more bold, risk, pissing somebody off. Just Be bigger. That's what I would say.
I like that.